There is something in the mist. It's me. I'm in the mist today for this episode of Books to Movies. This book was published in about, 1980. How about that? And it was made into a movie in '07, and in 2017 it went on Netflix. And the book is pretty short. It moves as fast as it needs to and is just a little bit over 150 pages. The book and the movie, they're pretty much the same except for a few things. First off, if you recognize a few familiar faces from Frank Darabont's other works to include Shawshank Redemption, Green Mile, and The Walking Dead, it's because those are the familiar faces. The director, Frank Darabont, he has kind of a collection of go-to guys for his projects. The only big difference between the book and the movie, besides the ending, which we'll get to in a minute, is Mrs. Carmody, the Jim Jonesy Bible thumper who demands human sacrifice to answer for the mist. In the book, she's quite a bit older and overweight. She's, 65, 70-ish. There's more character depth in the book that it just isn't touched on in the movie for obvious reasons. Anyway, she's an antique shop owner. She spins yards of paganism stuff to her customers, including Dave's wife. But she goes into these Old Testament Bible rants when they are all trapped in the grocery store during the whole mist fiasco. Anyway, so she's older and quite a bit overweight, and she wears these loud, colorful pantsuits, kind of like Hillary Clinton. But the actress who plays Mrs. Carmody, why Marcia Gay Harden? She's so much younger. I'm willing to wager on it's her intense resting face and her voice, which can hit some high notes when necessary that will send a chill down your spine. Other things that are in the book but not in the movie are, there's a little desperate situation quickie between the main character Dave and Amanda, who we know elsewhere as Walking Dead's Andrea. There is also no mob up on the one surviving army guy spearheaded by Mrs. Carmody. There is dangerously close to being a child sacrifice, but that is when Dave and Amanda and the older lady make their escape. There are no specifics on what happens to Mrs. Drayton. In the movie, she is found strung up by those otherworldly spiders. In the movie, the description of the creatures from the mist in the book is very descriptive. You can picture them in your head. And there is the attack on the bag boy, and there's also the foray over to the drugstore to get first aid supplies. That ends up with them finding the army guys all being converted into spider nests and strung up for spider food, and the spider web silk is highly acidic. And the movie includes this kick-ass granny who makes a flamethrower with a bottle of hairspray. The movie's creatures are on point. They are equally as terrifying and gross and creepy as they are in the book. The use of the fire mop in the book doesn't end in tragedy with one of the survivors tripping over the bucket of gas and catching on fire himself and dying in terrible pain. Dave is surprisingly very agile with a flaming mop, and he does manage to get it on that flying creature and kill it. So there's not too much tragedy in the book as much as there is in the movie. There's also no cashier lady getting stung and her throat swelling to well out to here before she suffocates. And while Mrs. Carmody is having her rant and demanding the child sacrifice, they make their escape. But she's not shot dead. She's left to babysit all her little sheep in the grocery store while Dave and his son and Amanda and the old lady make their escape and get out of Dodge. And then the book ends with, Dave kind of capping this off as his memoir. They have escaped Maine. They're as far away from the mist as they can get at this point in time, and he's writing it on some hotel stationery. So their fate is left to our imaginations. Those of you who have seen the movie know how badly it ends. They go until they run out of gas, and then see that there's still some huge nasty beasts out there, and they feel that all hope is lost. Dave, Mercy kills everyone just a second before the army arrives with all the survivors and weaponry, and the mist clears, and everything just would have been okay. And that is the movie. Now Netflix attacked this story trying to, I don't know what's going on with Netflix, but lately a lot of what they've been putting out is kind of sad. Sad, I mean, seems like they're trying too hard and just missing the mark. And this is especially true of their take on The Mist. The only thing the Netflix miniseries has in common with the book, or even the movie for that matter, is Mrs. Carmody, a mist, and the freaky creatures. Other than that, I tried to watch the entire miniseries. It only lasted for one season, and my attention span only lasted halfway through one episode. It's boring and contains several TV cliches, including, the parish priest who says to everyone, "Don't lose faith." The tree hugger who is just chomping at the bit to say, "I told you so." And of course the perfect family with their perfect teenage daughter who might or might not have been roofie raped at a party. Only her friend-zoned male acquaintance knows the truth, and he's caught in the middle. And they're all trapped in the mall. And the only death I saw before I fell asleep was Mrs. Carmody's, when she was splattered against the plate window with her jaw popped off, which is kind of looked to me like a rip-off from The Grudge. And that covers The Mist. Now let's get out of The Mist and on to what's coming next later on in books to movies. I haven't decided if I wanted to do season 3 of True Blood or Red Dragon. That's one of my favorites. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.